the bishop told us that we had to get married. He told me that my missionary would not want to marry me because somebody else had touched me there. And he told Jake that he had to marry me because he had touched me there. So our 11th date was our wedding. I was unknowingly married to a man with very predatory behaviors that spanned almost the entire course of his life, and found myself in 24 years of domestic violence that on the outside sometimes looked really like idyllic, with big, beautiful $1 million homes and beautiful children, and we all looked healthy and happy and big smiles on our faces. And there were certainly people who witnessed the things that went on, and there were certainly people who knew that there were cracks behind the scenes. But if you were just a stranger sitting in a restaurant and our family walked in, you would have thought that we had everything. And you would have certainly thought that as a woman, I was living the dream life. I didn't have to work. All I did was bake my sourdough bread and take care of the chickens and the kids and the $1 million houses, and prance around town in my Lululemons, driving my little Mercedes or my BMW or whatever car of the day I had. And in many ways, a lot of the things in my life were really beautiful. But there was never a day that I didn't live in fear. And there was never a day that I didn't feel extreme stress living a life that I hadn't wanted to live, which you can imagine would be the case with somebody who was trafficked and forced into marriage and then forced to stay with somebody. So that is how I spent 24 years. I'm called Life Take Two because eventually that would all come to a screeching halt. 22 years into my marriage, I found out that my husband had a double life. He didn't just have like an affair with the secretary, he had been having affairs with paid professionals, if you know what I mean. And for a prolonged amount of time, he had cheated on me from the time that we were engaged. He had cheated on me for a very long time. He had so many things going on beneath the surface of our marriage that I had never suspected. And it was absolutely shocking. I'm going to link my Substack in the description because I think it's really important for women to see the potential trad wife trap that they can lock themselves into by financial dependency and other factors where they don't have the ability to leave. And that's the situation that I found myself in. I couldn't leave. I had no way to leave. What I had to do was be prettier and smarter and skinnier and sexier to make sure that Jake didn't cheat on me again. So I was stuck for another 2.5 years. And then finally, my marriage came crashing to the